Hi, everybody. It's Alan, and I am here with my friend Barbara, and we are excited to be outside on her back porch enjoying nature. And you may hear some birds, or you may hear a dog bark, and we're just loving being outside today. It's nice weather, and I'm happy to be with you, Barbara. Now, we're going to ask some questions about grace and your time here, and you're one of my favorite people. You're one of the first people that I got to know when I came to Grace, and so I'm so glad to be able to be here and have this conversation with you. So, first of all, just how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and I certainly am glad to have you here.
Well, it is my pleasure, and you have all of us here. You have the whole Grace community who's here watching
That's
you.
what I'm so glad to have here. I wish I could see them all.
I know. Well, maybe we can get a group picture someday of all of us on our screens during this pandemic, and we'll send that to you. The first question that I have for you is, since we're in this pandemic and we can't meet in person, um, what is something that you miss from being able to be in person at Grace? Maybe from a time that you were attending regularly, or a more recent time that we just can't do it because of the pandemic. What's something that you miss about being in person with Grace?
I miss the church. I miss the altar. I miss communion. I miss seeing the people. That meant so much to me.
Yeah.
Felt like I knew all of them. I need to get back. They need to get there, and this thing ought to be over by now.
I know. I wish it were.
I know it.
Now, do you have a favorite memory of Grace? Maybe something that happened in at the church that just sticks in your mind, or a special service or anything
It's
like
real
that?
strange you would ask me that because I have the tape of a musical that we did. In fact, we did it about 3 years in a row. All and the Night Visitors, and people who sang were from the church, and it was just as professional as anything you could have gotten. And it was done right there in the church in costumes. My son was a mall,
That's great.
and the mus- music director talked him into singing, and he sounded wonderful. I was getting it out last night to see if it still was good. Actually, it's on tape.
Now, when he sang, did you know that he could sing that well, or was that a
I
surprise?
no, I not that I didn't know he could sing that well. I knew he could sing. I knew he had a pretty voice. In fact, two of my sons do. And she worked with him, and he just sounded wonderful. But Randolph Raglan was in there. He was one of the kings, and
Yeah.
he was just wonderful. He just had the most beautiful voice. You miss these voices that are gone,
Mm. Yeah.
and it's a shame we can't listen to them or hear
Hmm.
them.
Yeah. Well, and music has been a big part of your life. You used to be in the choir, right?
I've been in the choir since I was 12 years
I
old.
love that.
I took music from Caleb Cushion at Lynchburg College, and
Hmm.
he was really good too.
Well, um, one of the things when we gather again, we hope to not only lean into those strengths that we have, but also to find new strengths. Whenever a community changes and new people come in, we bring new gifts and things like that. What is something that you hope for the future for Grace Memorial? If we think about what Grace Memorial might be in 5 or 10 years, what do you hope it might be?
I hope it might be more people than there are now, and I'm sure we will find new talent everywhere. Um, I would like to find out if I could still sing.
I know you can.
I
Yes.
don't know
The
if
answer
I
is yes,
can.
Barbara.
I don't know if I can.
Well, and you and I talked about this before, about the possibility of maybe getting together a little senior choir that could sing a little song every once in a while in a Sunday service. I think you'd be fabulous for that. You'd lead that group.
It would be wonderful
Yeah.
to have the children singing more so than a senior choir, because you know, you get older, you don't know what you sound like, and all the equipment, you know, is new.
Oh, I think
So
you can handle it. I think you're tough enough. You can handle it.
I don't know. I've gone through right much.
Well, let me ask you one more question. In this time when we are talking about pledging our support for Grace for the next year, and a lot of us are faithful in our giving, and a lot of us, you know, we try to remember to participate in all the ways that we do. We ask people to step up in leadership and to contribute in cooking and serving food and things like that. Why do you give to Grace? Why do you support what Grace is doing in the world?
I guess it's because I love the church. I was born in it. I was baptized in it. My whole life has wrapped around it. And a lot of my life is not there anymore. And it reminds me of them when I'm there. My mother, my father, my husband, my grandmother, my grandfather, actually my aunt and uncle, and my children. I wish my children were still there because they are so talented. One of them particularly, I mean, all of them are talented. I haven't found out some of their talents yet because they're too young.
Yeah.
But I would love to see more children participate, little children that are so precious. And they are our future. And if we don't do things to keep them there, they won't be their future.
Yeah.
We need children. Children keep everything going.
Absolutely. Well, Barbara, thank you for taking a few minutes this afternoon.
Thank you for asking me to, Allie.
Oh, it is my pleasure. You are always a part of this community. You're not only a part of our prayers when we pray, but you're part of our community that extends beyond the wall. So even in this time when we are not present, you're there. And so is everybody else.
I feel like I'm there too.
That's right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Look for more of these videos, and if you want to get your pledge cards in, get them in hopefully by next Wednesday, but you can also download them at the gracelynchburg.org/giving page, and you can email them to Betsy Havda. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.